Block Talk with your host, Bob Turner. Special guest, Malach. This week's topic, Batman. Hi, and welcome to this week's show. With me this week is Malach, Batmanologist. Malach, welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. This week, we will be discussing Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. And in honor of the movie, this week's LEGO theme is Batman vs. Superman. I have here a set featuring both characters, and Batman's eyes glow in the dark. I don't know why it took LEGO this long to make glow-in-the-dark Legos, but it's about damn time. Malach, did you bring your set?
My set, it is one with the Penguin. I'm guessing the Danny DeVito version
Does have the big duck.
does have the big duck, which is very important.
Yes. Well, let's get started. All right. Well, let's open her up and get to building.
Oh my.
You know what? We're just gonna start out right away. What would you rate it?
I would probably rate it maybe a 7. 7 out of 10. That sounds good.
I actually give it the same rating myself, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I was not a fan of Lex Luthor.
Really?
I did not like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor at all. Batfleck was probably the best part of the film. Ben Affleck killed it with Batman. They wrote Batman the way Batman should be,
Definitely.
in my opinion.
How do you feel of the pretty controversial Batman just full-on killing people?
They did make him a little more gruff, but he didn't actually ever do it.
Well,
Well, they kind of brought that on themselves. But he did, he's getting into that more like, hey, there's a reason everybody fears me. I got my minifigs built. They both have two-sided faces, happy and angry. Or I guess, heroic smile to, angry, burn your face off, red eyes.
Oh, I don't think you've ever known a woman like me.
Wonder Woman, what were your thoughts on Wonder Woman?
to me, I think Wonder Woman stole the show. It's about time people start believing me when I tell them Wonder Woman's a badass.
Oh,
So,
there's a reason she's lasted this long. There's a reason why all three of them have lasted this long. Again, back to just, I was not big on Lex Luthor. He did do some good stuff. Like, I liked him kind of framing Superman the way he would, but the scene where he just throws Lois Lane off the building to get Superman, I thought was great. The whole, he's got these secret files about supposed metahumans that are out and around was totally stupid. They could have done a way better job of introducing this idea. And I realize they're not doing it in the same vein that Marvel did, where every character gets introduced through their own movie. They're kind of like, well, these are known characters. We're going to kind of just, en Medeus Res, throw them right in the middle, and here they are. And and the fact that he came up with little icons for all of them, that part was just, I was like,
is a
come on.
little too much.
I was like, come on, guys, you're pushing it for me a little too much. I don't know, I wasn't big on the way the Flash looks, because he looks too, hipstery douche. He looks like he's got the long hair with that big, hat and his shitty little mustache.
Yeah, I think plus also
And
we're
I
getting
hope
a
that
little.
changes.
Yeah, plus I think we're just getting a little spoiled by Grant Gustin on the Flash TV show.
And that's true, because he does do a good job.
He does an amazing job.
And DC they've said TV and movies are completely independent of each other.
And plus, I feel like that is sometimes detrimental to Marvel's take, where everything has to be connected, and sometimes things just come
Agents
off.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Peggy Carter or so whatever, but then you get Jessica Jones and Daredevil, which were great. And they're there but just vaguely referenced, which is good. Zack Snyder is a good choice when it comes to visual direction. It seemed like they were trying to cram a little bit too much into this film.
Definitely.
Batman's dream sequences were just really unnecessary.
Well, I wouldn't say they're unnecessary.
The one in the desert.
They fell out of place. I think
because
they really
weren't
kind
led
of took me out.
Yeah, they weren't led into. It's just Bruce Wayne's working, and then all of a sudden he's in the desert, fighting troopers that have a Superman logo on their arm, you know. And again, him shooting people. It's like, well, clearly this is a dream because he is.
It's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
it has to be a dream.
And it's like, why is he in the desert all of a sudden?
And seeing the parademons flying around.
See,
if you had no idea what those were going in, you would be so confused.
Exactly. If you didn't know what a parademon was, even Batman doesn't know what a parademon is. Like, what the fuck are these things flying around in the desert in my dream? What the hell kind of dream was that?
This is why I'm so torn on this movie, is because for me, going into it, I was like, I can't believe we're seeing this.
It's cool.
This is amazing.
As a fan, it's awesome.
But if like 90% of the audience who don't read comics,
don't know anything about it,
they're going to be like, what's going on? And I can't not think of that.
And they did. They blatantly introduced it's like, it's going to be Darkseid. It's going to be this big threat that the Justice League has to deal with. The comparison that will immediately be drawn is like, well, he's Thanos in the DC universe, which is true, but it's actually Thanos' Darkseid of the Marvel universe. Darkseid came first.
Almost all
like
these
almost a decade before.
popular Marvel characters came out, over a decade after DC.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, and I'm not saying Darkseid. I would honestly Brainiac. You know, maybe having Lex Luthor make contact with Brainiac in this movie would have been way better than Doomsday, because Doomsday did not look good. He sort of looks like that. You know, he's a little more rocky, let's say, and not as Downsy Ninja Turtle-y, for sure.
Well, that's kind of funny because I kind of disagree. I think Doomsday looked awesome.
You like Doomsday? Okay,
I did.
That's fair.
The only story I have read of him in is Death of Superman.
That's where his 100% purpose was?
Yeah, exactly. And just by going off of that, visually, I thought he looked cool. I liked how he, just like the book, got more scaly and spiky as the fight went on.
That's true.
The only thing I was a little off-put on was when he would get more damaged. He would explode before getting more...
Yeah, the energy aspect of his abilities was kind of meh. And how he just came about, like, Lex Luthor, he gets access to the ship that's still in the middle of Metropolis. This ship just accepts him as its captain, and it's like, oh, let us share the secrets of the universe, and oh yeah, you can just overwrite these protocols that have been set in place for thousands of years on a different planet.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the ship think he was Zod?
I guess I never picked up. Well, because he said they recognize Zod.
Yeah.
But he tells him his name too, and that was the thing, and that's how he got in. You're right.
Yeah.
Because he peeled off the fingerprints, which I guess that seems a little too easy. That it was like, this is some pretty advanced technology, and they're still using thumb readers. Yeah. Well, it's just it seems a little under advanced for what this does.
Kryptonians.
And then and then he for whatever reason he's in there and learns the secrets of how to make Doomsday. The Batman Superman fight scene was all right, but when Batman goes to save Martha Kent and he is just taking out that building of thugs, there's not any other live action Batman has never been like that.
Oh, it was
Batman never
amazing.
puts fights on like that in any of the other previous movies, and that's why all the haters of Ben Affleck were wrong. Batfleck was a billion times better than Balefleck. It's just that simple. DC did. They missed the ship with going and making their movies. It's 100% that simple. And you can't compare it to Marvel. Again, like I said, the universes are completely different.
Yeah.
And they're also, Marvel's going with a little bit more humor in theirs. They're making theirs a little more lighter and fun.
Not to say there's no humor in Batman v Superman.
It does have some stuff.
Do you bleed? You will.
I'm about finished here with my Lego. How is yours coming along? Looks like you're getting close.
Getting there.
It looks like there's a button here that pushes Batman forward. Let's see this in action. It's like Batman goes, "Blah!" I think he's supposed to break through this, but Superman also comes with this little plastic thing that lets him jump. That lets him leap higher than a building.
In a single bound.
Yeah, 1 bound.
Damn.
Ah!
Full-on torpedoes. Yeah.
Apparently they need to be lubed up a little.
Do you bleed? You will.
This also has projectiles, because Batman is not Batman without deadly missiles. Yeah. The best part of this entire little, what do you call it? A set? Oops. These little penguins.
With dynamite.
With dynamite. Look at these little guys. These are amazing.
That screams Batman Returns. It's an alright set. The big part about any of the little sets is the minifigs.
Of course.
You get Superman, and then you get an armored up Batman with glow-in-the-dark eyes, so that's cool. So, this for what it was, it's a decent set. Hey, I'm Batman. I thought Batman sounded like this. No, that's stupid Batman. This is regular Batman. Oh, stupid Batman sounds like this. Yeah. You know, sir, all I've ever really wanted from you is to just go away, disappear one day and live your life. And then one day, I'm sitting in a place in Paris, because I imagine you leave me a lot of money, and then I see you across the cafe. And we just nod and I know that everything's okay, Mr. Bruce. And then how does the movie end? Fucking Michael Caine sitting. I can't believe he wasn't in the exact same fucking outfit. They might as well have used the same scene. The only difference was they pull out and and fucking Catwoman's there. Like, which again, it's like, oh, this chick robbed me, but I'm in love and we're gonna spend the rest of our lives together.
Bruce, do we have to keep going back to this cafe every single day? He's like, yes, I want to.
Yes, I want to run into Alfred. I know he loves this place.
Why don't you just call him?
No, everyone thinks I'm dead. Because we made the point of saying the autopilot never worked, and then brought it up again at the end when I supposedly sacrificed myself to save the city. But oh, look, it did work because I fixed it secretly. Well, Malach, I would like to thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun playing with these Legos. It's taken me back to when I was 7, watching Batman, playing with my Legos.
I think we all did. Well, have a safe flight home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Join us next week, where Terrence Howard joins us for an Iron Man set.
Don Cheadle took over for Terrence Howard.
What?
Yeah, and it was in Iron Man 2. They just switched him up.
There's an Iron Man 2?
Sadly, yes.